Today, we're sharing valuable insights for first-time landlords of residential properties in England and Wales. If you're new to renting out property, understanding your legal obligations and best practices is essential. So let's break it down. Becoming a landlord can be a rewarding venture and provide you with a second course of income. But it does come with its responsibilities and legal requirements. Getting these wrong or being unaware of what is legally required of you can have serious ramifications. Here are some crucial tips to help you navigate this journey successfully. Let's start with your legal obligations as a landlord. Here are some of the key legal obligations that you must fulfil. Tenancy agreements. Ensure you have a written tenancy agreement in place. Right to rent checks. Verify that your tenants have the legal right to rent in England. Deposit protection. Ensure that your tenant's deposit is in a government-approved scheme. Safety regulations. Comply with safety regulations including gas safety checks and electrical safety standards. Energy performance certificate. Provide an EPC rating of E or above. Repairs and maintenance. Keep the property in good repair and handle maintenance issues promptly. And finally, notice requirements. Follow the proper procedures when serving notice on your tenants. Now, let's delve into each of these obligations in more detail. First, tenancy agreements. A written tenancy agreement outlines the terms and conditions of the tenancy. It protects you and your tenant by clearly stating both of your rights and obligations. Whilst it's not actually a legal requirement for a tenancy agreement to be in writing, practically speaking, a written tenancy agreement will protect you far better and make it clear to both parties where they stand. If you have a lender, then they will almost certainly require there to be a written tenancy agreement in place. Next, right to rent checks. You are legally required to check that all tenants over 18 have the right to rent in England. This involves verifying and keeping copies of original documents that prove their right to reside in the UK. It is actually an offence for a landlord to authorise the occupation of premises by an adult who does not have a right to rent, and there are financial penalties in place for landlords who breach these rules. Therefore, if you're not sure how to undertake satisfactory right to rent checks, you should consider instructing a letting agent who can do this on your behalf. Deposit protection is crucial. You must place your tenant's deposit in one of the 3 government-approved schemes within 30 days of receipt. This protects the tenant and ensures fair handling of the deposit. And at the end of the tenancy, if the deposit is not protected, then the tenant can by law request financial compensation. And also, your option for recovering the property, should you need to do so, will be limited. Safety regulations include an annual gas safety check by a registered engineer, electrical safety inspections, and ensuring smoke and carbon monoxide alarms are installed and functioning. You must also make sure that any furniture and furnishings supplied with the property are fire safe. As the landlord, you have a duty to keep the property safe and free from health hazards. Note, it is a legal requirement to have an annual gas safety check carried out by a gas safe registered engineer and to provide your tenant with the certificate within 28 days of each annual check. An energy performance certificate is required before renting out any property. The property must have an EPC rating of E or above to be legally let. Further, the tenant must be provided with a copy of the EPC, otherwise you risk not being able to get the tenant out and take back the property should you need to do so later on. Repairs and maintenance are your responsibility. You must ensure the property is safe and habitable. Promptly address any repairs needed and maintain the property to a good standard. Local authorities have the power to take action against you if the property contains serious health and safety hazards. When ending a tenancy, you must adhere to the notice requirements. The notice period varies depending on the tenancy type and the reason for ending the tenancy. You must ensure you follow the correct legal procedure to avoid disputes. If you are unsure, then it's essential that you seek legal advice to ensure proper procedure is followed. Those are your key legal obligations. Now, let's move on to some best practices to help you manage your rental property effectively. Here are some best practices for first-time landlords. 1. Screen your tenants carefully. Conduct thorough background checks to ensure reliable tenants, or instruct a letting agent to assist you if you feel you're not comfortable in doing this. 2. Keep records. Maintain detailed records of all transactions, communications and repairs. 3. Stay informed. Keep up to date with changes in landlord-tenant laws. 4. Insurance. Get comprehensive landlord insurance to protect your investment. 5. Open communication. Maintain clear and open communication with your tenants. 6. Professional help. Consider hiring a property management service for assistance. Let's explore these best practices further. Screen tenants carefully. Conducting thorough background checks, including credit checks, employment verification, and references, can help you ensure you find reliable tenants who will respect your property and pay their rent. Keep records. Maintaining detailed records of all financial transactions, communications with tenants, and repair works can help you manage your property more effectively and provide evidence if any disputes arise. Stay informed. Landlord-tenant laws have changed frequently. Staying informed about the latest legal requirements and best practices help you remain compliant and protects your interest. Insurance. Landlord insurance can cover risks not included in standard home insurance, such as loss of rent, property damage, and liability claims. It is a worthwhile investment to protect your asset. Open communication. Maintaining clear and open lines of communication with your tenants can foster a positive relationship and ensure that any issues are addressed promptly and amicably. Professional help. If managing the property becomes overwhelming, consider hiring a letting agent. They can handle day-to-day operations, tenant relations, and ensure compliance with all legal requirements. So, to recap, becoming a first-time landlord involves understanding your legal obligations and adopting best practice to manage your property effectively. By following these guidelines, you can ensure a successful and smooth experience as a landlord. We hope this video has provided some valuable tips for first-time landlords. For expert help and advice on your property transactions, please get in touch with us at Starck Uberoi Solicitors. Thank you so much for watching.